State of the Hobby Address, week 17, episode 4, maybe? I don't know. I haven't been keeping track, guys. It's been a long time, and I got a lot to say. It has been by far one of the most disappointing seasons from all the big quarterbacks there are. Patrick Mahomes isn't performing to the level he should. Josh Allen's been playing like shit. Tua's been all right. Pickett's benched. He's gone. Guys, what is going on with cards, with quarterbacks? It's been one of the least exhilarating seasons. I'm going to spend this video talking about all these guys and what we should do going forward. Is it the end of the quarterback? Is it the most irrelevant position in football? Do they all stink? Do we need a new generation of football players? Maybe. Let's kick it off. Let's talk about Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy has been a polarizing figure, not just in the scene, but to me. I don't know what to make of this guy. Sometimes you look at him and he's the next Tom Brady. Sometimes you look at him and he's the next, I don't know, next Josh Rosen maybe. He's a system quarterback, but also he gets the job done. What's the deal with Brock Purdy? Here's my opinion on it. I think he's a good system quarterback. That's not knocking him. It takes a lot of talent to be a good system quarterback. You can't just put anyone in a system and all of a sudden they're a great quarterback. I don't think Pickett would be doing good over there. I don't think Mason Rudolph would be doing good over there. I don't think a guy like Dorian Thompson-Robinson would be doing good over there in San Francisco, but there is a lot of quarterbacks that would be doing just as good, if not better than Brock Purdy. Here's the deal with Brock Purdy. While he is a fantastic football player, fantastic game manager, he's not a crazy talented quarterback. He's not doing anything that other guys probably can't. I think if you put Justin Herbert in San Francisco, it's a much different story. He's a much better performer. He's a much better quarterback. I think if you take Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, any of these top-tier quarterbacks and stick them in San Francisco, you'll see the difference between a guy like Brock Purdy, who's a system quarterback, and a guy like Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, who's a generational talent. Now let's talk about these generational talents. Where have they been this season? Well, it's been a season plagued with injuries. Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, Joe Burrow. Everyone's getting injured. Even some rookies. Anthony Richardson's injured. CJ Stroud's in and out of injury. Bryce Young probably should be injured, but he's somehow not. It's been horrible. It's been taking away from the product that is football. I think going forward, I'm 50 years old, 20, 30, 40... 5 years from now, this season will be such a throwaway season that we're all just gonna have to forget about, because not only has it been a boring, non-competitive season, it's also been a season plagued with injuries, with all these stars, the future of football not playing. It's an empty product. And even when you have stars like Patrick Mahomes are out there playing, they're playing horrible. And Patrick Mahomes, it's your fault. Everyone's like, oh, I feel bad for Patrick Mahomes. None of his receivers are catching the ball. Will you cry, baby pussy? It's your fault. You take a $500 million contract, and you have no money left to pay receivers. Mahomes could probably play with any receivers. We're seeing there's still a competitor in the AFC. And then you got guys like Kadarius Toney who just stink. They drop the football. They fumble the football. They line up offside. The Chiefs system right now is setting Patrick Mahomes up for failure, but I think it's Patrick Mahomes' contract that set Patrick Mahomes up for the system that is failing him. Patrick Mahomes, still a generational talent. Still probably the best quarterback that'll ever play in the NFL, all things held consistent. He plays at the level that he's played at his entire career. Probably one of the, if not the best quarterbacks in the NFL of all time in history. We'll be telling our kids, I remember when Patrick Mahomes was parallel with the ground, throwing the ball sideways to throw a touchdown to the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes is still that guy. He just needs to make some adjustments, and the Chiefs need to make some adjustments to give Patrick Mahomes more help, because my God, does he need it. I think Marquez Valdez Scouting is the highest paid player in the Kansas City receiver room. They got Rashee Rice. He's a rookie. They got Kadarius Toney. He stinks. He's probably the worst wide receiver in the NFL. There's no clear WR1 there. There's not even a WR2 there. I think you take a guy like Jalen Waddle, a WR2, George Pickens, one of these types of guys, you throw them in Kansas City, they're the WR0 pretty much, because they're that much better than anyone in that receiver room, and my God, it's been horrible to watch. Kelsey, off the face of the earth. I don't know what happened to Kelsey. I don't know if it is Taylor Swift's fault. I don't know if it's not Taylor Swift's fault. I don't know what's going on with Travis Kelsey, but he's been MIA. The Chiefs are falling apart, staying in the AFC. I was wrong. I'll own it. I was wrong. Lamar Jackson is a good quarterback. We finally got to see him play a healthy season. Knock on wood, if he stays healthy this week. He has been fantastic this season. The Ravens have been unstoppable. Zay Flowers is a sneaky rookie. If Puka and CJ Stroud weren't as good as they are, I think Zay Flowers, born in a different generation, coming to the league a different year, probably would be a contender for the rookie of the year. He's such a pure route runner. Lamar Jackson finally has a great receiver in Zay Flowers, and we're seeing them team up, bang up. OBJ is there. I mean, he's not doing much, but the Ravens are a force to reckon with. The AFC North is just filled with some defensive masterclasses. The Browns have Joe Flacco at quarterback, and they're kind of like low-key a contender for the Super Bowl this year. Steelers have a quarterback. It's Mason Rudolph. Steelers have Mason Rudolph at quarterback, and they're a contender. I mean, it is such an entertaining division to watch, not because of the offense, not because of the Lamar Jackson, Kenny Pickett, I don't know, DTR, Deshaun Watson, that rapist. Not because of that. I mean, Joe Burrow's gone. Jake Browning came in. He had his moment to shine. The Bengals are kind of going nowhere. But look at the other three teams in the AFC North. You're like, damn, it's kind of cool to see a defense lead these B-tier quarterback, besides Lamar Jackson, B-tier quarterback. I mean, Joe Flacco might be that guy. B-tier quarterbacks to a Super Bowl, possibly the playoffs in general is just impressive enough. Now, let's look at the AFC South. Anthony Richardson out for the season. Minshew Mania is back. One thing no one is talking about with Anthony Richardson and when he comes back next season, it's kind of under the radar. If you know ball, you know it, but Michael Pittman Jr. has been balling out, and he's balling out with Gardner Minshew as his quarterback. So next year, when you have Anthony Richardson come back healthy, hopefully that shoulder, he get a bionic shoulder, he comes back stronger from that injury. When Anthony Richardson is back and Jonathan Taylor is lined up behind him, and he's got Michael Pittman Jr. to throw to, Anthony Richardson and Michael Pittman Jr. are going to be putting on some Kobe and Shaq highlights. It's going to be so exciting to watch. Guys, here's my advice to you, and it's not financial advice, and I'm not telling you what to do. Well, with the last two Nationals, we saw a pattern. In 2021, everyone was buying Josh Allen and Justin Herbert. In 2022, everyone was buying Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields. Well, that Justin Fields player this year, I think, is going to be Anthony Richardson. I think Anthony Richardson is the play. Hold him until the National. Bing, bong, zip. Get rid of him at the National. Get rid of him the week before at the Dallas Card Show. I think Anthony Richardson is going to be a nice little pump and dump going into next season because there is so much potential with that kid, and his offense is playing great with Gardner Minshew leading the helm. I'm so excited to see him come back. I'm so excited to see the type of player he could possibly be, and if he lives up to these insane expectations. Staying in the AFC South has been a lackluster year for Trevor Lawrence. I'm not sure what to make of him anymore because I know Trevor Lawrence has the ability to be a generational talent, Joe Burrow type, Andrew Luck even type quarterback, but he's underperforming. Now he's plagued with injuries. He's plagued with injuries. Every week it's like, oh, Trevor Lawrence tore his fibia, but he's going to play still. Oh, Trevor Lawrence literally has a concussion, but he's going to play still. Oh, now Trevor Lawrence has a broken leg, a concussion, a fractured shoulder, but he might still play. Sit down, Trevor. Take a break. Come on, bro. Take a breather. Yes, they need you. They do need you, and your season relies on you, and that must be a lot of pressure. But just sit one out on the sideline and take a little break and let your 6'7" frame recover because, my God, you need it. I'm so scared that there's a chance that you're going to play Week 17 because your season comes down to it because you're so injured. It is terrifying. Now let's stay in the AFC South. Will Levis. I expected nothing out of this kid, but Will Levis has been a guy who can play quarterback. I mean, I think he probably is a starting quarterback in the NFL, and that alone is surprising enough to guys like me because we all expected this mayo-eating, banana peel-eating motherfucker to come into the NFL and not really do much of anything, career backup, but he came into the NFL and he came into a game after Malik Willis, and he showed us like, hey, I'm here to play, I'm here to ball, I'm gonna throw the ball 6 times to DeAndre Hopkins, and 3 out of 6 of those are gonna be a touchdown. Will Levis has kind of been a stud, but the real stud, the rookie of the year probably, is gonna be CJ Stroud, an Ohio State quarterback. It's gonna be the rookie of the year. An Ohio State quarterback came into the NFL and is keeping his starting job and is playing unreal. Now, guys, the Texans' offense is so young. Tank Dell is a rookie. Nico Collins is in his 2nd year. John Mechie's in his 3rd year. And CJ Stroud is a rookie. And in the backfield, you have Devin Singletary, who's kind of old. And you have Dameon Pierce, who's in his 2nd year. We have a young offense in Texas that's building up, that's brewing up. On the defense, they got Will Anderson Jr. If I'm buying futures on an NFL team, I'm heading straight to Houston, and I'm buying calls in the Houston Texans because they are a force to be reckoned with in their current state. Give them a few years, and they're going to be a dynasty, possibly, if CJ Stroud can keep it up. It is going to be exciting to watch the future of Texans football, and if they make the playoffs, it'll be exciting to see if they make any sort of run. Tank Dell is out for the season. CJ Stroud is in and out of injuries. The AFC South is anyone's division right now, so it'll be interesting to see what happens, but next year, and the year after that, and the year after that, the Texans are knocking on the door, and they're like, hey, we're here to play, and we're here to stay. Now, let's head over to the AFC East. Let's talk about Josh Allen. Josh Allen's a player I like a lot, except he is kind of becoming a little bit of a softie. He's flopping flopping all the time. He's throwing balls that he shouldn't. I don't know what to think of Josh Allen this year. I think he's having an off year. He's in a little bit of a slump, but I'm not out on Josh Allen. And Josh Allen, I remember 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, the Bills had like a 1% chance of making it to the playoffs. It's like, if the Bills want to make the playoffs, they have to win every single game and hope the Dolphins lose a couple. And now this Sunday, we have the Dolphins going up against the Bills for the AFC East Championship. What a crazy movie. What a crazy turn of events. Josh Allen held the season together, and we have this immovable object meeting this whatever the expression is, with the Dolphins going up against the Bills, and the Dolphins are playing insanely well. Now, one thing, everyone wants to hate the Dolphins. Everyone wants to hate Tua Tagovailoa. I don't know why. I sympathize for Tua Tagovailoa. In the offseason, I became a Tua fan, and then I bought a bunch of Tua. I sold a bunch of Tua a few weeks ago. I'm swinging a few Tua cards. The Dolphins are playing very well, given the fact that I'm pretty sure they have 25 starters injured. So the Dolphins got really screwed over by injuries this season. I don't think they're a Super Bowl contender this year. I don't think it's Miami's year this year, but it is very impressive to see an unhealthy team like the Dolphins make it as far as they have. I don't think they have a single starting lineman right now, by the way, and Tua's still not getting sacked because he throws the ball so fast. That offense is so fast. That Mike McDaniels offense, it's crazy. It doesn't make any sense. It's like, hey, the ball's already gone. And Tyreek's already 40 yards downfield, and now he's in the end zone. Like, that Miami offense has been a spectacle to watch. Unfortunately for them, they're dealing with a bunch of injuries. If everyone comes back healthy next season, and everyone stays healthy next season, the Miami Dolphins are here to stay. But I've said that for a couple seasons now, and I just don't know what to think of it anymore. Jets are the Jets. I don't care to talk about them. Not much going on with them. The Patriots, Bill Belichick's going to lose his job, and you really hate to see it. Who are the Patriots going to draft? I don't know. I would love to see them draft a guy like Jaden Daniels. I don't know where they go, though. I don't know what the future holds for the New England Patriots, and if you're a New England Patriots fan, well, at least you had a few good years in the past. And guys, that'll do it. We're going into the playoffs in a couple weeks, and I couldn't be any more exciting. It was a lackluster NFL season, but there was a lot of parity because of it. It was a competitive NFL season this season, so I'm really excited to see what the ending looks like, and I'm excited for next year when I can forget about this season, because so many injuries and so many dumb decisions have led to such a pitiful product the NFL put out this year, and it's nobody's fault but luck. So hopefully next season we get a better season. This season will be exciting going into the playoffs. It's kind of anyone's game right now, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Guys, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hopefully I'm back again next week, maybe the week after that. I don't know. I don't have any plans. I don't plan this. I didn't even know I was recording today. I'm waiting for my guy to come clean my car, and I had a spare hour, so I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna say something. So guys, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and all that. Peace.